got to talk about some major changes for some teams. I don't really want to stay on something negative with Dak Prescott because that's going to be actually a huge conversation. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Levon Bell's a genius. I just want to put that out there. A hot take. Levon Bell's a genius, man. That man got his money. He held out from with the Steelers. Ended up going over to the Jets. Played 18 games. 18 games, and that man cashed out with $28 million for 18 games with the Jets. That man is the ultimate finesser. And then check this out, he gets let go, and now only person that saw this coming, Siggy, called it he was gonna go to the Chiefs, and he went to the Chiefs. What kind of cheat code is this? Levon Bell on the Chiefs is ridiculous. Put that man on the slot. Put that man in the backfield with Patrick Mahomes. Dog, all that, bro, that's not even fair. Yo, Siggy, how'd you know this, man? Why didn't you drop the bomb and said it before, man? You could have dropped the bomb, man. You could have dropped the Siggy bomb, the Siggy death bomb or something. I don't know. You could have came through, man, because you were the only person that I saw say that he was going to be with the Chiefs, and he ended up signing with the Chiefs, bro. What do you think?
I thought it was a no-brainer for the Chiefs, just looking at their roster, because as good as, what do people call him, CES? I forgot his initials.
It's CEH.
CEH, there you go. Hell Air, there you go. Whatever it is. I'll call him the Fresh Prince of Hell Air. What he lacks, though, as talented as he is, he's really not that great of what I would say north to south runner, in between the tackles. He did great this last game, don't get me wrong, but he was, I want to say, not timid or anything like that, but it's just, you could tell. I don't know what it is about it. Like, I could tell that he's not a Jerome Bettis that's going to crush in there, or anybody. They're going to need a third down back or somebody that's going to be a goal line type of guy, right? Because I'm pretty sure what they thought was going to be, Williams handling that kind of position. He obviously stayed because of COVID. That they're hoping that he can develop into that or whatnot, or just let's go for it. But you could tell it just wasn't going to work out. And I think they saw whenever Le'Veon Bell was free, or whenever I saw it, I was like, it has to be the Chiefs. Like, out of all the teams, like everybody else was, telling me some of the names like Miami and stuff like that, and they were on the short list. I did see that he had like narrowed it down to 3 teams. Was it New England Chicago, Miami, and Chiefs? I was like, this is no brainer that it's going to be Chiefs, because one, the Chiefs actually need him, and it's going to be, since there's no money involved, because it's a vet minimum, right? Whenever it's a cut.
Yep. That
he's going to go for the ring. He's not going to go sign a long-term deal yet, so he might as well try to get the ring right now, and then worry about maybe going to Miami next year. And sure enough, it happened. It's a match made in heaven, I guess is a way to say it, because now they have somebody that can either be a goal line back, or maybe he goes in there and just tears it up, because their line is actually pretty good, unlike the Jets line right now. So it just seemed like it was a perfect fit. And it just happened to work out.
JG, your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start giving Siggy all my money, so he can just place bets. Because I swear this dude has a connect that we don't know about. This dude be knowing some crazy insider stuff. Like, I never would have thought. Like, seriously. But the problem I still have about this, even though the Chiefs, technically, from a depth standpoint at running back, they could use him, I still didn't think, like, out of all the teams besides the team that he left, the freaking Jets, that they really needed him. But I mean, all the teams that he had a choice of going to besides the Bills, I mean, that was the only team that was a competitor for real, because I mean, they just got off of a freaking Super Bowl championship. So I mean, I feel like that was a no-brainer then, like, if you actually had the choices to go. It's just going to be interesting to see how the Chiefs are going to use him, because Le'Veon is used to being the bell cow. Like, that was literally why he left the Jets. He said it. And a lot of people thought that he was like faking injuries or whatever, because he was just frustrated. And this year ended up being the last straw, even though, apparently he said he got hurt again. But then, he came around and said that, he got upset because he wasn't being used as much as he is used to. But you can't be used like that, or at least in a lot of teams' game plans when they're playing from behind. You're not going to be using the running back if you're playing from behind, because you got to keep throwing. So that's really the reason. Like, you're on the Jets, so and the Jets, they just can't keep leads. Like, they're always playing from behind, and then they lost Sam Darnold as well. So now you have Joe Flacco, and they've been having a wide receiver problem. Like, it's been a mess on the Jets, like just an overall mess. So it just ended up being a worse situation for him. I mean, he ended up finessing that money at the end of the day, because that was the main reason why he was complaining in Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh did use him as a bell cow, as a workhorse. And I don't know if the Chiefs are going to use him like that, because guess what? They're in an even worse situation. But the problem is they have players. Like, all their players are healthy, but they have too many players. So I don't think that they would really use you as a workhorse, unless, for some reason they just wanted to play conservative, which maybe having Le'Veon and Hilaire at the same time, maybe they could, just dial back a little bit. But usually they don't. Like, either they play really whack in the first half and then they just explode in the second half, or they just keep putting the pressure on you and then not letting off. But I will say this, looking at what they did last game, because they use Hilaire a lot. If they continue to do what they were doing last game, then maybe that's going to be the same plan that they could implement with Le'Veon. Considering that, they just continue to just keep beating on whatever team that they're facing, and they don't have to worry about playing from behind or another situation where they just will completely abandon the running game. But it's about to be crazy though. Like, because if Le'Veon, if this is healthy Le'Veon, this is still the Le'Veon that we're going to get again, and he truly was not injured the entire time, he was faking it just because he was frustrated, then they got to steal, bro. And they have a very good shot to not only win the AFC West, but getting right back to the Super Bowl, because that team is ridiculous. They have way too many weapons. It's pretty insane what they're doing in Kansas City right now.
Bro,
it is crazy how they didn't skip a beat either by losing Hunt, because everybody thought that was going to be a big deal, and it seems like it hasn't been as much of an impact as everybody thought it would be.
It hasn't phased them, bro. Look, the Chiefs are on path to possibly get another Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, because guess what they did right after they lost Hunt? Then they started the committee. And they didn't lose a beat with the committee. I mean, the only thing that they lost, this season, because Damian Williams, he said, I'm not playing because of COVID. He opted out. And then they were like, well, we got Hilaire, so we're just gonna throw him in there. Like, it didn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, they ended up being expendable. That's the really thing. And I hate to say that about running backs, but that's just the way it is in the league. They're expendable.
Yeah, it's always been.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate thing when it comes to running backs, but that's been the thing for the longest time. I mean, even back in the days when the running back was like the top tier, like, don't get me wrong, they're still one of the top tier positions. Man, they're still getting ran through like anything. Like, once that injury hits up, or once that rookie contract's over, if you're not a big name, you're not producing numbers and everything, on to the next one. So, it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, Kansas City just continues to just say, all right, this is a problem, not anymore, let's go. We trying to get another Super Bowl. They really trying to get another one. And speaking of cheat codes, we got to talk about another cheat code. Man, what is up with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, JG? Because they signed Antonio Brown.